My father was a civil engineer, and so I never thought about the, artist as an occupation. When I was kids, and still my brother and I used to make airplanes and a lot of things that made by hand. And always I was interested in art too. So I went to aeronautical engineering school to become an airplane engineer. Somehow I lost interest, and so I went to design school to become industrial design, to kind of extend some of my background. Industrial design doesn't quite express your opinion or your feeling or whatever. And one day I went to a pottery town, it's called Mashiko, 80 miles north of Tokyo, with a friend. And then that's kind of triggered me to become an apprentice. And then and I spent about 2 years before come to United States. I met friends from Memphis, Tennessee to study pottery. Then they have to come back to the United States, and they kind of asked me, don't you want to come to the United States for a couple of years to help to build some Japanese grinding kiln. I decided to come to the United States 5 years, and then they settled down near the Seagull, Ashboro. So that's why I came 1971. And I was going to stay 5 years, but still I'm here. I started color clay, which has turned out to be my career. It's been more than 20 years, close to, so people recognize it as a different work. That's one of the, I thought, some connection between human and nature's, which is my influence in a lot of my work. But I think it's kind of spiritual too, using clay from ground, from where you live. Clay is very much common in Japan culture. They use at the tea ceremony and flower arrangement. Of course, when you go to restaurant, there's so many dishes come with different food and stuff. That's one of the reasons I didn't have a particular reason to why jump into pottery making. But I think it's many years of exposure. As long as I'm in the studio, I get kind of inspiration. Sometimes kind of when you're making the pieces, you think about the next piece. Sometimes I can access for 24 hours after dinners, and sometimes I work until midnight. I'm kind of happy with that kind of balance. I think it's more like in my head. When you grab the clay, sometimes the pot self tell me it's good or bad, or just right or not. But sometimes it's kind of funny. One day I feel like I'm a genius, and the next day I feel like so stupid. This kind of stucco type of surface was very interesting. So that comes first, and then form comes next. When you do this kind of surface, it can be too square. So that's kind of determine the forms. I'm not exactly a social person, so I kind of enjoy that interaction with some different background people. I think it's teaching is a kind of learning. I think I learned so much from a student. What do you think?
I like it.
You do? I think it's a nice one.
Thanks.
Okay, let's cut it off. Sometimes the student they approach very purely way, more nothing but no knowledge, you know. And then sometimes very surprised me how they execute it. I enjoy teaching pottery to somebody who wants to learn. The people coming more 2-3 years, we give assignment like a teapot and stuff like that, and then half of it just to make it like a ikebana dishes and some other stuff. But I encourage different pieces, variety, and encourage me individually. What strengths, what they have strengths, and what they can do and stuff. So that's why you see all different pieces. In Japan, it's more likely everybody making functional pieces. That's my background, kind of brainwashed. And then here comes the United States, 1971. I've been starting seeing some of the other works in the United States, and then it's quite different. In a way, more striking, and then it's almost turned upside down. Things you can make here compared to Japan is a very traditional way of making pieces. I was about almost a year in Virginia, and his name was Tero Hara. He was teaching Cochran and Mary Washington College, and also he maintained his studio. And I spent time and studying and also working for him. He's kind of very brilliant man. A few other artists kind of caught my eyes, my attention. Is Ruth Duckworth and then Richard DeVoe. Most of the important part of influence, I think, is who is the most influential. I think Noguchi. I know he's a sculptor, but both, I think his life and his work both kind of influenced me. I think it's as a kind of each element. A lot of times you don't think about it. Mass quantity, pottery. One of the things we do called empty bowl. To kind of help some people, and I helped them many years. And the idea came from when you go to empty bowl, you have about 1,000 bowls laying at the table. If you discross and discross, and I think it changes meaningful. It's very powerful to me. So that's kind of an idea I got. 68 bowls. That's my age. Some of them, remember very well, and so that bring back to when I was in 25 or 35 and stuff like that. Yeah, just like visiting an old good friend, very touch me, and bring up a good memory. Make me feel aged, and same times I feel good about what I'm doing now. I think I'm very lucky. I don't have to worry about too much. At least I have some kind of job, so give me a chance to kind of explore, experiment some new work, my idea.
What do you plan to do in the next half of your career?
I hope that I can continue what I'm doing right now, physically and emotionally. My media is, I think it's still clay, but I'm kind of like to explore something else in the media. But that's the way back of my head.
So the final chapter is not written by a long shot.
Oh, no way.